So we're back for another stupid child story, and we're going to talk about my childhood fear of escalators. So, yay. Hey dudes, what's up? It's on Assassin, and today we're back for a nice little story time video with me, and I was afraid of escalators as a child. Now, I'm just gonna explain
the colon editing. I have no idea what I just said, so I don't know. I've been trying to put some subtitles in what I just said, and it was just not. It was just blabbering, and I'm sorry. I don't know what I said. I don't.
like what escalators are, because you probably know what escalators are, but maybe somebody doesn't. But they're basically moving stairs that you use in airports or shopping centers or anything to get from one floor to the other.
I'm pretty sure most of the people watching this right now know what an escalator is, so I'm just stupid. My past self is stupid and doesn't understand what she's doing, and I'm sorry. I'm disappointed in her too.
And I had a fear of them. Okay, as a child, I would really try to only use elevators. But sometimes you just need to use an escalator, and my fear skyrocketed. My just anxiety, everything just 100% just true, honest to God fear of escalators. And honestly, I don't know where this fear came from. I didn't have a fear of getting sucked into an escalator. I didn't even knew that could happen.
Good English. Really good English. I'm amazed by my English skills.
But there's just some part of me that was like, these are fucking scary. It's like the same thing when I was a child with grates that would go to the sewer. I was afraid of stepping on those. It's the same thing with escalators. And maybe it's my fear of pain. If you guys didn't know, my number one fear is pain. And I might make a whole video about having a fear of pain, because it does stuff to you. It makes you do things that you want to do but you don't want it. It's a lot. But maybe it was that, and presenting itself as a fear of escalators. But I had a fear of escalators, and I have a few stories to go along with this. So let's just jump right into it. So my first little story is me and my grandfather went out to the horse track. And my grandfather loved the horse track, loved betting on the horses, stuff like that. So he took me to the horse track. And I was on the escalators. I was in shorts and a shirt, because it was middle of summer, all these things. And we're going down the escalators, and my stupid kid brain decides to fall. I fall down the escalators, but not falling, falling.
Falling. I don't know what that is. I think she means tumbling, but she said falling. Yeah, this is who I am, supposedly.
No, I slide down the escalators. So if you've ever slid down carpeted stairs, yeah, like that. But if you've ever seen an escalator, it has nice little sharp points at the end of the stair. Don't know why is that like that? I don't know. Maybe it's so that they can lock in better, but it has those. So me in shorts falling down escalators I'm trying to slide down them in a carpet hurt as all hell. Now, I don't remember what age I was. I was probably real young, 5, 6, 7. I feel like those are always the ages I go to, 5, 6, 7. When you're stupid, when you're a little kid that can't is just hella clumsy. And so slide down these stairs, get to the bottom, and I'm crying, right? Because it's metal. I'm sliding down literal metal shards. It freaking hurt. And so I get up, and I'm my legs are just it has 4 slices on the back of my leg, and I'm just bleeding. And I'm not me right now as an adult, I don't think it was that bad of an injury. My little kid brain was oh my god, I'm dying, I'm bleeding all over the place, holy crap. I don't think it was that bad, but my kid brain is remembering it as the most traumatic moment of my entire life. So But I do remember, I get up, I'm crying, and I'm, you know, bleeding down my legs. I'm trying to look at my legs. And I do remember I was wearing white socks, and they started to get, like, red from blood because the blood was dripping down, and I was just bawling. And my grandfather, you know, gets down to the bottom, and he's like, you're fine, like, whatever, you're chill. And then we get up, go walk to our seats at the horse track race, and start watching the horses. And, like, once again, I think the scratches, like, literally weren't anything. Like, I was fine. It hurt because metal and all. But, like, it was honestly, I'm pretty sure fine. Like, I don't have scars from this traumatic moment in my life. But, like, you know, I still remember it as a little kid as, like, oh my God, fell down the escalators, hurt as all hell. Like, bleeding all over the place, like, bleeding all over the floor. And, like, none of that happened. But that's, like, my first memory of escalators, and maybe that's kind of where the fear comes from, but I feel like I always had that fear even before that moment, but that was kind of the first, like, this fear is a fear, okay? That was, like, the first moment of, like, this is not an irrational fear. Like, I have a fear of escalators. You need to stop, okay? I just hate escalators, and I'm fine with escalators now, okay? I'm an adult. Escalators are fine, okay? I'm not still afraid of them.
Are you sure about that?
But let's get on to the next little story. So this next little story is, like, not even a painful, like, something serious happened, but once again, it's my little kid brain who thinks she's getting separated from her family type of situation. So, you know, we're in Sears, the, you know, now gone company, Sears, and they have escalators in the middle of the store, and we were walking around, and I was leading their group. Don't know why, I was a little kid, leading the group, and I go take the escalators to go up. And then, you know, I get to the top, and I turn around, and my mom's like, you gotta come back down, like, we're not going up, we're still walking around. And me, once again, being a stupid little kid, is like, oh my God, like, I'm losing my family, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I start crying. And she's like, just take the escalators on the other side and come back down. And I'm like, no. My little kid, determined brain is gonna walk down the up escalators. Once again, super little kid 5, like, bawling my eyes out, thinking I'm losing my family. I'm gonna walk down the up escalators. And of course, takes me, like, I think it takes me 10 minutes. It probably took me a minute or so. But, like, I'm crying, just trying to run down the up escalators, just, like, high key, trying to freaking run down the up escalators, and, like, my whole family's laughing, and I'm just crying, because I'm like, oh my God, losing my family, why are you guys laughing at me? And, you know, now, as an adult, I'm like, yeah, this is freaking hilarious. Like, I can't believe myself, but, like, oh my God, I just remember this, like, feeling of just, like, just, like, this pure, like, fear of losing my family from losing them on escalators. And of course I get back to them and everything's fine and, like, whatever, but, like, little kid brains really do think it's just the most dramatic, like, end of my life situations in all situations. Just every single situation is, like, do or die. All of them. When I'm an adult and I look back at it, I'm like, no, you just, like, no, stop. You're a little, like, you're not gonna lose your family. They're not just gonna walk away from you because you took the up escalators. Like, I don't, I just wish I could go back in time and tell my kid brain self to stop being stupid, because she was a stupid. She was a stupid, okay? She was real stupid.
Don't worry, I'm still a stupid though.
So, my final story of my little fear of escalators comes, I think I was actually, like, 8. I think I was a little bit older, so it was to the point where this fear was kind of like, you should probably stop being afraid of them, but once again, stupid little kid that is stupid. And I was going to a trip to LA, and I think we were in O'Hare Airport, and it was me, my mother, and my sister. And being 8, I was still a little too young to kind of be taken care of, like to take care of my suitcase. I was still a little too young to be like responsible for my suitcase. So my mother had it. And so we go to the airports, get our tickets, like all this stuff, and we have to go down escalators to get to our airplane or something like that. Remember, this is, 8. It's not a vivid, like, I know exactly what's happening memory, but I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact we were going down escalators. I don't remember where, but I'm assuming to the plane or something. And so we start making our way towards the escalators, and I see it. I see the escalators coming. I sense these escalators. I hate these escalators. I'm begging to go down an elevator. But my mother's like, no, like, we're not gonna, the elevator's like a mile away. Like, we're gonna go down the escalators. Like, chill, dude. But my kid brain, it's like, no, this is a do or die situation. We're not going down those escalators. And my mom's like, no, stop. You're going down these escalators. Like, good freaking luck trying to not go down these escalators, because then we're just gonna leave you, right? So I'm like, sorry to freak out. I'm like tearing up a little bit. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And so we get to the escalators, and my mother goes, and remember, she's carrying 2 suitcases. So she has, like, she can't grab onto the arm rails or anything. She has the 2 suitcases and, like, in front of her, and the step in front of her. And then I step on, and I'm freaking out, right? Like, this is full anxiety, panic attack, like, freaking out. It wasn't actually a panic attack, but, like, if my 8-year-old self knew what panic attacks were, would probably classify it as a panic attack, but that's only because she's a stupid little kid. But, so I get on it, and I'm freaking out. And, of course, as you know, escalators, they kind of go and then they drop, right? So it's like, it's flat and then it goes. So we're on the flat part. My sister gets on the stair behind us, and it starts going down. And this is the moment where I just, like, flip. I literally flip my shit, and I grip my mom's arm, right? And remember, she's holding suitcases. She's taking care of my suitcase, and she's taking care of her suitcase. So I, like, freak out, and I'm like, arm rail, and I grab her arm, and, like, you just hear this big giant, like, crack. Like, this just crack, like, pop. And my mom, like, she doesn't scream, but she kind of, like yelps a little bit. Okay, and so we get to the bottom of these escalators, and my mom's arm is, like, red, like, she has a handprint from my hand grabbing her, and she's like in some pain, right? And so I feel so bad, right? Because it's just an escalator, and, like, I think I just broke my mother's arm, right? And, like, we're getting down there, and she kind of, like, moves her arm, right? And my sister's like, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? And she's like, yeah, we're fine. And she kind of moves her arm and, like, feels it to make sure it's, like, I didn't actually do damage. And thankfully, she did not break her arm. She did not break her arm. But I think I definitely caused some damage, because then the rest of the trip, her arm was, like not okay. Like, she had an ice pack on it all the time, and, like, I did real bad. Like, my fear and my grabbing and ripping her arm, like, it definitely caused some damage. It, like, took like a week for her to be finally, like, her arm to come back into life, right? But I didn't break it. I probably just, like, sprained it or something. But even still, like, my fear gauge just almost broke my mother's arm. And, like, oh my God. And it was like, if I would have, like, done anything, like, because she had to stabilize herself when I ripped her arm, and, like, she had hands on suitcases, like, she could have fallen down the escalators, like, really hurt herself, like, all these things. But me being a stupid kid was like, escalators are the scariest things on the planet, so I'm gonna rip my mother's arm out. And yeah, so I did hurt her a little bit, but, you know, this is 20 years ago. Not 20 years, like 10 years ago. Sorry. This is like 10 years ago. Exaggerating all over, 20 years, Sorry, 10 years ago.
Wow, nice, Nicole. You're just gonna lie? You're not even 20 years old. What were you trying to make a funny joke there? Because, like, you're not even 20 years old, so I don't know what you're doing with your life, but neither do I, so I feel you.
And, you know, her arm's fine now, didn't break it, probably just hurt a little bit, hurt throughout the whole entire vacation, you know, went to Universal Studios, it hurt, hotel room hurt, all these things. But we're good now. My fear of escalators doesn't exist. I still have these vivid memories of being absolutely afraid of escalators, but I'm not now. I'm an adult, and I can deal with escalators, all right? I've gotten over many of my kid fears. I can walk on sewer grates now. Do I do it? Not really. If I can walk around a sewer grate, I will. Okay, so that's still a little bit of a like, ooh, because I would hate to fall down a sewer grate, like, or drop my phone, so I will walk around it. And I'm okay with escalators. I'm okay with escalators. I love escalators are great. Escalators are my boy. They haven't hurt me since.
So I'm editing right now, and I see that my see you later stuff, it got kind of weird. So I was running out of space on my card, so it kind of like messed it up. So I'm just gonna do it on my phone. As you can tell, I'm editing right now, so my hair is all crazy and, you know, not put together, and you know, am I ever put together? So yeah. Hope you did enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe button with your postal blast to become part of the AU Avengers Unlimited, and hit that like button with your hidden blade. Definitely comment down below if you have any kid stories, you know, crazy fears you had or anything. Comment down below if you want me to tell you any more of my childhood stories, because I got a lot of them. And yeah, I'm gonna go watch some Coachella stuff and edit, and yeah, hope you did enjoy. Bye.